Ride with me, boss. I got a hard head, but her talk. She want the last name.
Nothing else sounds as good as
WEFM, the clean, fresh sound.
WhatsApp us or call us at 457-9997. Activated Mornings on WEFM 99.9 is on now.
And we are back with you for another segment of our Activated Mornings program. As previously mentioned, we will be conducting an interview at this time with Francisco Perez Santana, and he is the head of the Venezuelan mission in SVG, and we'll be discussing Venezuela's current situation after the abduction of President Maduro. So, Senor Santana, good morning and welcome back to the studios of WEFM.
Good morning, and thank you very much for allow me to be here and express and inform the people of St. Vincent about what is happening in my country and with the process or we had to call, we had to use the word as they have to mention, no? The first thing that I had to say that our president was kidnapped, not captured, no, because when you have a president in their country and you take out from the country, they by the force and military forces they kidnap, and that was what the president. The day after, when they took to the court, say, I am a war prisoner and I was kidnapped, and that is against all kind of rules, international law, against the UN Charter. They violate all kind of rule, and that is the government managed by Trump. I have no any fear to say that Donald Trump is the world dictator. Is a world dictator because you know what he's doing in the war with Groenlandia, for example. They threat Mexico, Colombia. Iran also, he's trying to start a war again, and you know what he did in Gaza, no, intervening in Gaza. So it's a war dictator. It's a new kind of a dictator, and the war have to, in some way, should stop him. And what we are doing is confronting that power. Because we have to recognize, that United States have is a big military power, even a world power. Not much countries have that kind of power. He has in his finger the possibility to destroy the world with nuclear weapons. But what Venezuela is doing, and our temporary president, Delcy Rodriguez, is doing, is confronting him with a diplomacy. And we are calling the people of the world to mobilize and protest against what Donald Trump is doing, not just in Venezuela, but also in the world, no? You can say some other Vincentian express by the social media sometime that, well, Venezuela, who care about Venezuela? That is very far, and that is nothing to do with us. But you are confronting now, for example, pressures in 7 countries of the Caribbean to accept refugees from United States. I don't know if St. Vincent confront the pressures, but the Prime Minister of St. Kitts denounced that pressure that he received, and others. Also, I think Mia Morley from Barbados also say something that she has to accept a refugee from the United States in Barbados and the other 7 countries, and that is the kind of pressure, no? And you know that with that power, everything can happen. So Caribbean region that was declared as a zone of peace is now confronting what Donald Trump want to do. So the Don Monroe that is called now the doctrine, the Monroe doctrine is called now Don Monroe.
Or Don Monroe?
Yeah, because it's
Okay.
now the Trump doctrine, no? Is keeping the Caribbean and Latin America and all America as the backyard of United States. He's pressuring, he's making some pressure to Canada also, to convert Canada in another state of United States. So what I am trying to say is calling the people of St. Vincent and the Caribbean to protest and to denounce what can happen in this region if Donald Trump put the hand completely in our region. No? It's simple, and we had to protest, and we will call for a meeting on the 3rd, February the 3rd, in front of the Venezuelan Institute for Culture and Cooperation. That is next to the NDP headquarters at 5 o'clock, in some way to denounce what is happening in Venezuela and in the Caribbean. So I'm calling the people of St. Vincent to go there and have a presence there and protest there in some way. No, it's not a protest. It's a denounce.
Just right. Denounce. Okay, a show of solidarity.
Show solidarity, correct. Right. For to Venezuela and with the people of the Caribbean, okay. All the people of the Caribbean, yes.
All right. What has the conditions in Venezuela been like so far, though? Have persons in Venezuela been protesting the abduction of Maduro? What exactly has happened? Has there been any sort of changes occurring in terms of the livelihood of persons in Venezuela?
Right. Well, in Venezuela, actually, and since the kidnapping of the president, there are many manifestations, many demonstrations of solidarity with Maduro. They are not agree with what Donald Trump, the invasion of Donald Trump in Venezuela and the killing of 100 persons. They are protesting that and showing solidarity with Maduro, with the and his wife, the First Lady Cilia Flores, and every day, even Saturday and Sunday, different sector of our country is showing and having rallies, protesting for the invasion and calling to return our presidential couple to the country. Is what they are doing. No? Mm-hmm. The conditions in Venezuela are the same. The government and the revolution forces have the control of the country and showing unity. All the different parties also even the opposition parties that are playing in the democratic game, they are united with the government and claiming the return of the president and protesting for the kidnapping. So I can say that the country is governed by the party that was governing with Maduro, the revolutionary and the Bolivarian people, and the people of Venezuela are agree with that. And one demonstration of that is that the same that invade our country and kidnap our president didn't recognize the one of the very violent leader of the opposition. He recognized that she has not the power in Venezuela, and Trump is not giving support to her in that. Trump and his government is giving support to the people that have the power and the support of all the people of Venezuela. The conditions are the same. We are selling oil to not just United States, but other countries. We are receiving the money for that oil. We are using and investing that money. Just on Friday, I think it was the day that the President Delcy Rodriguez announced that $300 million US dollar arrived to the account of the Republic, and she say how will be invested that money in the project for the people of Venezuela, no? to develop the people of Venezuela. So I can say that is normal, the situation, the normal quoted, no? Because as normal as can be, one country that the president was kidnapped and they have to continue without the president and claiming that the release of the and come back the president, the couple, and also dealing with one country that invade and kill our people, and also with a weapon in the head, negotiating conditions for the ruling of the country. No, that is the situation now.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have a cute. Okay, let me
You're gonna
just.
ask
Oh, yeah,
another
this is
question?
my final question. I'm curious.
Don't
though-
say final question. Always is it's not the final. Maybe
Okay.
before the final.
Okay. I'm curious. So last week, we saw in the news that the United States, well, I'm reading this from CNN, the United States completed its first sale of Venezuelan oil valued at $500 million, right?
Mhm.
Now, this is oil that was seized from, I think, a tanker.
No. That I mean, last year we do the different sanctions. We don't call sanctions. We call unilateral measure. But let's to understand the people, let's use the word sanction. Do the sanction, more than 1,000 sanctions. Venezuela reduced the production of oil, but last year or in 3 years we were recovering the production, and last year we achieved to produce 1,200,000 barrels per day of oil, and the last 6 months. United States put different warship in the coast of our country, no, and they were using tankers. So every tanker that was filled with oil, I think last year were 2. Actually, I think the total is 5 tankers that they seized. Well, due that situation, our deposit were full oil. We cannot produce. If we don't sell more oil, we cannot produce more because you have not where to keep. So those 50,000 million of barrel that Donald Trump keep his mouth full talking about that were oil that were in the on the deposit, and we sell to them. We Chevron, that is a company that have a permission to produce and sell oil, send tanker to Venezuela, and they fill the tanker and oil tanker and went to United States and sell in United States, and that is the money that came, but they didn't seize her. One of the tanker, the first one, they and Trump say that they will keep the oil, but that oil were already sold by Venezuela.
So the 500 million, is it? No, it's just this.
I know.
So,
50 million. 50,000.
I'm reading this from CNN. It says 500 million. Venezuelan oil valued at 500 million.
The value of the
right.
oil.
So is this money actually going to go to Venezuela? What's happening?
Yes, they even Trump say that the result of selling the oil, they will deposit in Qatar, in a bank in Qatar, to the name of Venezuela, because also their own sanction doesn't allow to transfer the money directly to Venezuela. So that is why they have to open an account in Qatar that is not using the American finance or banking system, just in Qatar, and then Venezuela can move the money from Qatar to the account of 4 or 5 banks in Venezuela that have also international account.
Okay, Doc.
Yeah, I wasn't going to ask her, but just to dig a little deeper into this, I really want to talk about Delcy Rodriguez, the new acting president. But getting back on the tankers, Venezuela sells oil to China, to a number of places. That's not necessarily sanctioned oil. The United States was saying they seized several tankers that they felt was what they consider sanctioned oil. And what you're saying is that the tanks that they basically seized, that oil would have been sold, or was it oil that, as you mentioned, was being collected by Chevron itself and sold in the United States, and is finding a way of that money? In other words, there's a misunderstanding as regards whether Venezuela is able to sell any oil at all, right? And basically, what does the United States consider as oil that they cannot sell? You know, do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes. Remember that United States established sanctions against PDVSA, that is our company, no?
Yes,
oil company. And the oil that PDVSA produce have also the sanctions. So you supposedly, or in theory, we cannot sell that oil.
Yeah.
Or other country cannot buy the oil, because if we send oil to, let's say, Spain, they can say that, well, the oil is sanctioned. We are going to keep because the dictator of Donald Trump, no?
Yeah.
What happened now? The only company that have permission to produce and sell oil is Chevron, that is an American United States company. But in the last 5 years, we are jumping that sanction, selling to any other country, China, Iran, Russia, Italy, Spain, all of them. And and they are using their own tanker. What they say now, well, you cannot transport oil in the tanker that also are sanctioned. So those that were seized by United States, supposedly the tanker, the oil tanker, have a false flag, and they are sanctioned the tanker. But we are a sovereign country. We are an independent country. We can sell our oil wherever we want. It's not the case. Even if United States doesn't allow or say that they doesn't allow us to sell oil to other country, we will sell. We will sell because we know how to do it.
Ambassador,
We are dealing with that. We have experience.
I didn't want the discussion just to go on the sale of a couple of ships of oil. Yes, Delcy Rodriguez, who's the vice president, has been sworn in as president. And you have the Nobel Peace Prize winner, who would have given up a peace prize to Donald Trump. She essentially is, we talk Maria Corina Machado. One would have expected that the United States would have been pushing to install her as president. I am a little surprised, and I got to say it that way, that the United States seemed to have backed off, recognized the new vice president, and is saying they're not supporting Machado in spite of her gift. What is the mood in Venezuela? Is there support for Machado, or is there support for Delcy Rodriguez as the president? And how are people seeing this whole process? Are they waiting for the United States to come in and save them, or are they basically saying, no, this is not what they want?
Well, as I say at the beginning and answer the question of our host here, that person that you mentioned, they claim the party that she's ruling, that is one of the violent party, and is one of the party that is not in the democratic game, as I say before. Sorry, that party and claim that they won the election. No, that is why 1 year ago. No, that is why the person that was the candidate went to Spain, and they produced violence in Venezuela. They wanted to burn the street in the past. So that person that you mentioned have no support in our country, have none support. And the proof of that is that Donald Trump, when he invaded our country and he kidnapped the president and he killed more than 100 persons, included the 32 Cuban security that the president have. Well, Donald Trump said, I am not going to support this lady because she has not power in Venezuela. She has no people. When he say power, is people that support her. And the people of Venezuela, in Venezuela, they say we are not supporting other government than the Bolivarian government. And every day there are demonstrations in all the country in favor of the Bolivarian revolution and in favor of Delcy Rodriguez as a president, because she's ruling the country, and the military forces and the party and all the power that we have, the executive, the legislative, and the judicial power, support with the institutions. So the institution also support the acting president, Delcy Rodriguez, because we have a constitution, and what we are doing is following what the constitution say. And the constitution say in the temporary absence of the president, the vice president assume the presidency and have the control of all the institution that belong to the executive power. So in answering your question, no, she has no power. She has no power. She is not in Venezuela now. And she is she cannot have power because the people doesn't follow her and doesn't follow her party or the violence in Venezuela. We want peace. Venezuela is a peace country, peace people, and we are going to use diplomacy of peace to claim and of course the law, but to claim internationally with the diplomacy of peace the return of our president.
Okay. All right. So, Senor Santana, we know that you are pressed for time, so we'll allow you the opportunity to leave with us your final words.
Thank you. No, just to invite the people of San Vincent again to go in front of the Venezuelan Institute for Culture and Cooperation in Murray Road, next to the NDP headquarters, to participate and show solidarity and claim for the freedom of our president and first lady, and to claim for the peace in the region, to keep the peace in this Caribbean region, and for the sovereignty and independence of all the countries of the Caribbean and Latin America, and not to be the backyard of United States, as they say. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. All right. So this concludes our interview this morning with Francisco Perez Santana, head of the Venezuelan mission in SVG. And we were speaking of Venezuela's current situation after the abduction of President Maduro. And to note that there'd also be a solidarity, show of solidarity next week happening as well. All right. So, Senor Santana, we thank you for being here with us.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
You're
indeed.
welcome.
99.9 WEFM.
Thank you.